What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Yamcast. This is episode 60. The Yamcast can almost apply for senior citizen discounts. It's very, very, very close. I feel like one day we're going to get to episode 98. I'll be like, the Yamcast is dead. It's been in the grave for a while. Today, we're talking about a weird R6 knockoff bike from China that we're going to get into. We've also got a bit of news from ABS studies showing that, guess what? ABS kind of works, but there's some more nuance to that data there. And then in our call-in section, we're going to be asking our boys to send us in some call-ins about the bikes they're thinking of buying and our opinions on them, and if maybe we can sway them to a different bike or the same bike, we'll see. And then, of course, we got the meme contest, and we are dunking on Ducatistas this week. It should be a lot of fun. Stick around. Gonna be a good one. Alrighty, Spite, lead us out. What's our bit of news?
All right, so our first piece of news that we're going to talk about today is the R6 knockoff, and it looks suspiciously like a clapped out R6.
It's so weird. You showed me this earlier, and
no context, just showed you the image.
No context, and I was like, what am I really looking at? Because I saw the forks, and I was like, gas charged forks? Like, what's that extra thing there? And then I looked at the frame, and I was like, it looks like an R6. And then I asked you, I was like, is this a trick question? You said yes. And then I was like, what is this? So what is this?
So this is a, I'm going to butcher the name. It's a Huaying R6. They literally are calling it the R6.
That's crazy. This is taking like Chinese intellectual property laws to the max, you know.
Yeah, they are literally just straight up throwing the R6 nameplate at it. They also have HRC logos, and
I didn't spot those when I saw this earlier.
They got the HRC logo right there. They've got 46 on here.
So those look like genuine R6 fairings.
Yeah, they're doing like a really good job of. Like here, let's pull up an R6 just to 2020 R6. Just so we can compare them side by side here. So, this is your R6, and this is
the Huaying.
Your R6.
It's close, you know?
Yeah, they're right there.
They're right there. Where you can start to notice the differences, now that I'm looking at this in the stark light of day, near the belly pan area where you look at the emissions and some of that stuff, especially from the other angle, you see the pipe and you're like, well, that's not the same, is it?
Yeah, so look at this pipe right here.
Yeah, that looks jank.
That is not your average R6 pipe. That's like some weird, like it doesn't even have a cat. Right?
Yeah, and let's go back to the Huaying. I think the swing arm too is maybe where you'd start seeing some differences, because that doesn't look like an R6 swing arm, right?
Let's take a look. No, the R6 is much beefier.
Yeah.
Even on,
from
on
that
this
angle,
one.
yeah. So you were telling me that this is an actual R6 frame, but what they've done is just gutted the legendary 599cc inline 4 and put in a 500cc parallel twin, which is, to me, motorcycle sacrilege.
Yes.
Absolute motorcycle sacrilege.
I mean, why would you
do that?
What is the point? And the if you're wondering, I was able to pull specs on it, and it makes 37 horsepower.
And it sounds like a lawnmower, I bet.
I mean, this is going to be an abysmally slow bike, and they're selling it for $3,500.
Can anyone buy this in America?
No, it is China only. So, because this is going to be skirting some intellectual property law.
Yeah, absolutely it would. It would be so hilarious to get one of these in person in America and be like, check out my R6. And then you start it up and you're like, nope. That ain't right. Because any motorcyclist worth their salt would spot that immediately with that sound. You'd be like, that's not an R6.
And just looking at it, though, like, it literally looks like someone took a white R6. Like, there's even Yamaha badging right here.
Yeah, I mean, but they cleverly also put HRC stuff on there, too. And again, since it's only sold in China, I imagine that they're trying to get away with the intellectual property laws, obviously, because as many of you know, and if you don't know, China does not care at all about IP. They don't care at all about IP stuff. You'll see fake knockoff stuff sold there all day long. Now, Do you think that there's going to be a lawsuit over this? Maybe Yamaha comes in and be like, you really can't do this.
What are they going to be able to do, though? I mean, there's not much they can do if they're only selling it in China. They can't really go after a Chinese corporation like that.
Yeah. I just wonder, where are they getting the frames? Because there are 6 frames, right?
I mean, chances are they're probably made in a similar factory somewhere. They're just like, hey, we'll pay you some money to make a bunch of frames.
Yeah.
Because it really does look just like the R6 frame. Maybe even a little beefier, honestly. Like,
it's probably made out of just steel, though.
Yeah, just some depleted uranium steel. Let's see, there we go. That's the new one right there. And let's see, there's the mounting bolts for the subframe. Let's see. It's a little different.
It's different, but it looks convincing. That's the weird part about it.
It really looks like a superbike frame.
Yeah. Which
is nuts. And anybody in a hurry would look at that and be like, it's an R6.
Yeah.
Which is just, I mean, this is the most blatant carbon copy I've ever seen.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that if you put this on Craigslist, that you could somehow swindle someone with it?
Yeah. For sure.
I think so too.
Yeah, you get it in for $3,500, maybe spend $1,000 on importing it, and sell it as like a low mileage R6 to some moron who wants to start on an R6.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, come get this one for $9,000.
Yeah, then you use your burner phone and you use a fake name so they can never find you again, because if you got sold this as an R6 and you're like, it's not an R6.
Yep.
That'd be such a, pit in the stomach kind of moment. The Huaying R6, guys. Super Sport's newest frontier, 37 horsepower. 37 horsepower of a 500 is rough. That's rough.
That's
rough.
Real bad.
That's like if the I think if you bumped up the Gixxer 250, doubled the CC, it would make more power than that. Because it makes 24 right now, right?
Yeah, so it would make 50.
It'd make 48 or 50. Yeah, so this thing is lethargic.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lethargic. I bet it's carbureted.
Oh, dude. That would just suck.
Feels so sacrilegious, man.
Oh, man. But, ugh. But hey,
if you the heebie-jeebies.
If you want to actually go get yourself an R6 new on the factory, new right out of the factory, ride it
right out of a factory, not the factory, right?
Regardless, it's the only plated R6 you can buy from a dealer nowadays.
Hey, that's true. That's really true. You can't get them anymore. Anything else on the Huaying R6 here?
Oh man, just when will it stop?
When will it stop? Look at the kickstand real quick. Look at that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, I would love to see one in person and just see the horrific things and details about that thing.
The panels are going to fit together like that.
Yeah, but the clip-ons are all jank and weird. I'm trying to get a glimpse of them right here. They look budget and weird and cheap and at a weird angle,
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't no R6.
Nope.
But I remember when you showed me this photo earlier, I had a hard time being like, it's not right, but I don't know why.
Yeah. It took a lot of work to just not see it as a clapped out R6.
Yeah.
But this is the world we live in now.
Yep. Well, let's move on to our next bit of news.
Next piece of news. Study shows that ABS reduces fatal motorcycle crashes by 22%.
Wow. That's good news.
Which, hey, safety machines actually work.
Yeah. That's what they're designed to do. ABS is there to help keep your bike upright and to help it stop quicker than you could by, doing that whole pumping the brakes kind of thing, which is pretty cool.
Yep. So a single comparison of crashes by ABS and non-ABS motorcycles would inevitably mean comparing different kinds of motorcycles, types of riding, so on and so forth. Basically a shitload of variables. But the bottom line here, the study found 5.7 fatal crashes per 10,000 registered vehicles. For motorcycles with ABS and 7.4 for those without ABS.
Now, it is saying there that study, it says, by comparing the same models with and without ABS, the study eliminated that potential distortion. So it looks like they did grab one single model and then compared it with ABS and without ABS. I don't know which model they had 20,000 wrecks with, but,
That would mean that would be a motorcycle I would not want to buy.
I think this is more about the riders.
Yeah.
You know what? was probably Suzuki Gixxus.
Yep.
They're like, what bike can we get that people crash a lot that comes with and without ABS? Suzuki's. Nah, I'm just kidding. Just kidding, Suzuki boys.
But, I mean, so this is just more fuel on the fire that's going to be the inevitable creep of more and more electronic safeties on these bikes, I think.
It is, and the thing about this, and the article is alluding to this a little bit, is you see this a lot in the comment section whenever you say this, like, hey, if you can get the ABS model, that's great because it's safer. And people are like, I've been riding for 50 years and I've never needed ABS and I just know how to brake. No one is saying that you don't know how to brake. What ABS is there for is if you have a bad day or if you have a bad weather situation. Nobody is perfect. And the thing about computer systems is that they're meant to help you when you're not on your best day and save your bacon. Both you and I have had our bacon saved by TC and ABS and all kinds of stuff.
For sure.
Many times. The Fireblade on track, right? If I didn't have TC, I'm pretty sure I would have high-sided that sucker. Like, I literally came off the Apex and it was like, and just giving me just the power that I exactly needed so I wouldn't yeet myself. Mm-hmm. You on the Supermoto in that sand, right?
Yep, like, I hit a big patch of sand with my rear wheel and I felt the whole bike just go whoop.
Yeah. And I have mercifully only had to use my front ABS in the street maybe a handful of times because I've had to use the brake so heavy, but I'm glad it was there. I think ABS is a great thing to have on street bikes especially. If you want to get in the conversation about whether they're good on track bikes and off-road and all this other stuff, those are one-off cases. We're looking at just street riders and street conditions. In my mind, there's really no reason to not have ABS on your machine.
Yeah, it's not the biggest pain in the butt is when you have to go bleed your brakes. It just takes a little bit longer.
Yeah, because those lines are quite long.
But, you know, honestly, I ride, so my Supermoto has front ABS and cornering ABS, and I have the rear wheel ABS turned off because I like to slide it. The front wheel is really all I care about.
Yes,
because
I agree.
I feel comfortable enough in my own skills in dealing with a slide on the rear wheel that I'm like, okay, even if I feel it, I know what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
Even in a panic stop.
And really for those panic situations, it's that front you want the ABS on to just help you out, you know? Mm-hmm. And yeah, the article's saying it's like, it's for those times where it's like you're coming home after dark, you can't see the you can't see the sand or like oil or diesel, you know, it's there to kind of cover your butt whenever you're not at your 100%. And honestly, in a world where you have motorcycles that have such crazy electronics packages, ABS is really not that bad. Nope. You don't really even notice it hardly ever, you know?
Yeah. And when you do notice it, you're glad you have it.
Yeah. Definitely.
Because especially on that front wheel.
Yes.
It's so easy to accidentally grab way too much brake, especially on like a light bike. Mm-hmm.
Especially for a novice rider too. Because they're not used to, you know, that progressive pressure and to kind of load the front end.
When they grab with all four fingers.
Yeah, they might just go, you know, and that's where ABS is going to help them keep it upright. And I'm all about that, man. I think it's a great thing. And it's weird that people still use this argument for ABS because it has been around for so long. ABS on bikes has been around since what? Since the 80s, I think? 90s?
I don't think it's been that early, honestly. I think.
Oh, really?
I think because if I'm stretching my brain back, I think it started to become standard in the mid 2000s. I think you really started seeing it around 2005, and then you start picking up more and more bikes as you get close to the 2010s, and then you really start seeing it as standard post 2010.
Now you can get a Grom with ABS, you know? It's kind of funny.
Now they're saying here in this little box out that countries from the EU, Taiwan, Australia, Brazil, all require street motorcycles to have ABS by law. Do you ever think we will see ABS as a requirement by law for streets?
Man, I don't think so. Mostly because the most motorcycle lobbies that I've seen here in the U.S. are too busy focusing on like limiting helmet laws and dumb stuff like that. I don't think we're ever going to have a point where the government's going to actually be able to say like, oh, we would like you to put this safety piece of equipment on your motorcycle if you want to sell it here in the U.S. So much so that you still have models for sale here with and without ABS, right? Yep. You can sell Groms with and without ABS.
Most Harleys.
Most Harleys, yeah. Even the ZX6s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the ZX6 I understand because it's a pretty specific track day type of motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
Off-road bikes too, I could see if they're like,
Yep.
that you can disable the ABS, you can ride without ABS, blah, blah, blah. Because on off-road especially, sometimes it is worse having ABS than not having it, you know? Because it just locks up the wheel and you can't control it the way you'd want to. But I could never see it. What about you?
I don't think so either. I feel like we'd have too many but my freedoms.
Yeah.
And the thing is the data doesn't lie here. You're literally making people safer.
Yeah.
I guess people are like, well, but motorcycling is dangerous inherently, and I've accepted the risk, which I understand. And even if they sell it, I'm just going to pull the fuse. I don't know, man. At least have it on the front wheel.
Yeah, and that's what
the front wheel.
Phil in the comment section here in our live stream just said. He said, all bikes here for sure, but the requirement is for motorcycles are for front wheel only. So I think that's the law wherever he's at, be that Taiwan, Australia, Brazil, UK, I don't know where he is. But because it's the front wheel that really matters, like we were saying.
Yep. And I think for off-road bikes, and I could be wrong here, but a lot of the disableable ABS is rear wheel only on dirt bikes, and it automatically turns itself back on when you key the bike off.
Yes.
And then it turns back. You have to go into the menus and turn it off.
My desert sled is exactly like that.
Yeah.
You can toggle the ABS off on the fly, but if you turn the key off, it's back on.
Yep.
Which is cool because some people might forget it off, you know?
Mm-hmm.
As someone else here on stream said, water's wet, sky is blue, ABS is safe.
Yep. What a shock, right?
Yeah, if anyone out there is anti-ABS for some reason, really consider why you're anti-ABS and why you don't want ABS or why honestly, man, like I'm just going to say it. It feels like a bit of an egotistical thing to think that you are always going to be able to brake safe and well and better than a computer. You're just not.
But the thing is they saw the thing where Rossi went up against ABS computer and he beat it. So if Valentino Rossi could do it, I can do it, right?
Oh yeah, that's a good sample size right there. Yeah, I am old and wise enough now to know that anything a professional motorcycle rider does is completely irrelevant to me.
Yes, absolutely completely irrelevant.
It's completely irrelevant to me and my riding and what I do with motorcycles, whatever the hell Valentino Rossi or Garrett Gerloff or whoever the hell is doing. My favorite on those are people who like to compare lap times on bikes and stuff, and I'm just like, those are all those guys' laps. What can you do on the bike? Because 90% of the time, it's the rider that's the limiting factor on any two-wheeled vehicle. It is not the bike itself.
Yep.
Yeah, because I mean, you've seen it. Like you saw it at the MX factory, right? Where like you were, goofing around the dirt bike, and then Tyler jumps on and just is ripping wheelies and doing endos over tabletops, and you're like, okay, I just look like a dingus now, but whatever,
I'll go back to trying to not tuck the front end on these turns. Thanks, man.
Yeah, totally irrelevant whatever pros are doing. And again, if you don't think ABS is cool, reconsider your position. Just think about it.
Get some help.
Get some help. That's what you got to do. That's going to do it for today's news section. We only got the two for you today, and now we're going to move on to the call-in portion of the podcast. Stick around. Alrighty, folks, welcome to the call-in portion of the podcast. This is where we ask our Discord members over on yamanube.co to chime in. We ask them to call in. We do this live every week. If you catch the Yamcast as it goes live on YouTube, just know that you could watch it 1 week earlier and participate if you sign up over on yamanube.co. Today's call-in is if you are thinking of buying a different motorcycle or considering getting a motorcycle and you want our opinion on it, we will render an opinion on your purchase decision. So without further ado, for the boys over on Discord, press and hold Spite's name and you will be connected with us and we'll be chatting. Let's go.
All right, diving in with Millennial Malaise.
Hey there, Millennial Malaise. You are on the Yamcast. How's it going?
Not too bad. How are things down in Austin?
They're good. Things are finally cooling off a little bit temperature-wise. I was actually ripping the dirt bike earlier today. It was like 82 degrees. It was beautiful. I'm sure that's quite hot where you are in the Pacific Northwest, if I remember correctly.
I mean, if you would think that, but like we hit like 115 up here this summer.
Yeah,
like,
I heard about that.
Ain't a joke. It's crazy.
And a joke. So we're talking bike purchase, that sort of thing. What have you got for us?
Yeah, so I currently right now am in like a kind of like four-way predicament because there's like 4 bikes that I'm looking at that I just absolutely love. I think they're all pretty great. So the first one would be there's a near me for sale by dealership. It's going for like 8,500, but I think I could maybe talk them down if it's later in winter. It's a Victory Octane. I want to say it's like a 2017. I know the Octane boys are like it's a cult fan club.
Yeah.
The other bikes that I was looking at are a Street Triple RS.
Nice.
And then the one that I've talked to a couple dealerships about, but I'd have to wait the longest for, would be a T7. And then lastly, this is kind of like, it's really been like the last 3 months that I've been thinking about it, but the friggin' X-Star livery, like GSXR 750.
Man, Millennium Blaze, you are all over the place, my man. You got ADV bikes, Squid missiles, Victory Octane. I think you need to go back to the Temple of Solace and think about what you want out of life. That's like too hard to pick, man. It's too hard to pick.
I feel like you need a supermoto, something that can do all the stuff.
No.
Yes. You need a supermoto because you can take it off road, you can take it to the track, you can have some fun with it.
No.
It's a total Squid missile. Just get a supermoto.
I kind of agree. A supermoto would be a hoot of a bike. Yeah, I don't think you could really go wrong. Since you are trying to, it seems like you want a lot of different things out of life, get a supermoto. You can do most of those things with it. So,
I mean, yeah, I think part of me, like, I love that 701 engine so much. So that like 701 Husky / 690 SMCR, that does sound pretty sweet. And
Spite's literally turning orange right now. I'm looking at him. He's ascending to a new being.
I've already been orange, man.
I think like the other thing that would be great about that is if you really want to like piss everyone off, I could put KTM power parts on the Husky 701 and then put like panniers and off-road tires on.
Oh God!
Just make everyone mad.
No! That sounds like the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. Panniers on a supermoto. God!
They make the LE and the Enduro are based on the same bike, so you actually can get the Enduro gear on the supermotos.
The Enduro's a badass bike. That would be my pick if you were going to go for that category, the 690 platform. Get the Enduro, because then that'll be just as fun as a sumo in most places, except for like hardcore twisties, and you can also just yeet that sucker off road. So check those out.
Yeah, and it is a really beautiful place up here to ride off-road. It's fantastic. And the other thing that I always wanted to do is throw that Rally Raid front end on it.
Yeah.
So I'd get myself a little bit of a project bike.
Yeah. Well, that is our choice for you, Millennium Malaise, and now by law you have to go get it. So best of luck.
Yep. All right. You will soon see a Husky with orange power parts on it.
Love to see it.
Yep, you'll love to see it. All right, man, take it easy.
All right, have a good one.
Someone on chat said, that's like saying I want a mansion, a PhD, or a trip to space. Which do I get? Kind of right. Yeah.
Yep. All right, next up we've got Draxon.
Hey there, Draxon. You are on the Yamcast. How's it going?
Good, man. How you guys doing?
Good. Today we're talking bike purchase decisions. What have you got for us?
So first of all, I wanted to say I love the new classic giveaway bike. I ride a Street Fighter 1098.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a blast. But on the thought of wanting to buy a new bike, I want to go back into the dirt. I grew up riding dirt bikes and everything, so kind of like Millennium Malaise was talking about, my heart is set on a T7, but I would also, I don't know, I kind of like the Africa Twin too, but it's a little bit bigger, so I don't know, as far as like going in the dirt, I know a smaller bike is better, so I don't know.
The only thing about getting a T7 is that you will then become as insufferable as everyone else that owns a T7, and you'll never shut up about it on the Mountain Boys Trail channel on Discord, and then we'll have to just deal with you. No, I'm just kidding. My vote would be the T7, man. It's such a good bike. The only problem is you can't find them anywhere right now. Yamaha dealerships, they get sold out immediately on the used market. They're going for more than MSRP. So I mean, if you can find one, you should just buy it because that'll just appreciate in value. Spy, what do you think?
I mean, I haven't ridden one, but it's
awesome.
They will not shut up about it.
It's a really good bike.
They've got to all be saying something about the right bike, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. So you guys kind of just confirmed my thoughts. But now the question would just be, would I not shut up about the T7 or would I not shut up about the Ducati?
Oh, that's tough. My vote would be for the Ducati because I can't shut up about the 1098. And everyone, if anyone even asks me anything about anything, I'll probably just start talking about the 1098. Someone's like, "Oh, how's the weather today?" I'm like, "Well, the Ducati's a really fun motorcycle." It's right extremely good. I love that engine. But best of luck, man. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
Alrighty, next up we've got Loop TJ, who's not there. DOS is up.
Okay. Hey there, DOS. You are on the Yamcast. How's it going?
Pretty good, man. Hold on, this thing is. Hey, what's up?
Hey, we are talking bike purchase chats today. What have you got for us?
Well, I more or less just had a question about a specific bike. I've been looking at the Trident 660. About 8 years ago, I was hit by someone who was texting.
Oof.
Put me out of work for a couple years, bunch of surgeries, bunch of metal. And I'm really kind of just worried about like high frequency vibration.
Okay.
Yeah, that's more or less the entire question.
Sure. I'm not super sensitive to that sort of thing, but I don't think the Triumph Trident has a lot of high frequency vibrate. Is that what you're asking about? Like through the handlebars or the pegs on that motorcycle, if it has a lot of high frequency vibrations?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I have not really noticed that. Spite, have you noticed much high frequency vibration?
Yeah,
on
I
the
think
660?
I'm a little bit more attuned to it because I ride the Supermoto, which is very vibrational.
Yeah.
It's not perfectly smooth. I don't believe the pegs are rubberized, so that's one place where you can eat out a lot of the vibration. I also don't believe that I think it's using metal bushings in the handlebar mounts, so you could switch those out to rubber, and that'll help. It's not that bad, but it's also not the smoothest. I feel like the Speed Triple Street Triple was smoother.
It was, yeah.
Than the Trident. Like the Street Triple's buttery smooth.
Yeah, this will be like my first bike since the accident, like 8 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you'd want to jump on a Street Triple right away.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's basically my only concern. I don't think that like low frequency vibrations would be that big of a deal, but that like faster high stuff.
Yeah. I mean it's tough, man. Again, I'm not super attuned to that sort of thing on my body, but I'm sure you could feel it out on a test ride unless it's too painful or something weird for you on those vibrations.
I don't typically have any pain now. It's just, like I was, talking with my doctor and stuff, and he said, if you're thinking about getting back into it, the only thing really that I would think that you would have an issue with would be those high frequency vibrations. Just because, the bolts and stuff are kind of through bones and, all that kind of thing.
Yeah, I get that. I've got quite a few bolts through bones myself, and it is kind of funky sometimes what they do, and they behave in strange ways. But I commend you for getting back on two wheels, man. That's awesome.
Well, I'm trying to get my balls back.
I'm sure you'll get them. Well, best of luck, man. Let us know how it goes.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, bye-bye.
Alrighty, next up we've got Wyatt.
Hey there, Wyatt. You are on the Yamcast. How's it going?
And
can you hear me now?
I can, yeah.
Hey, I just passed the MSF, and I was thinking about the Interceptor 650. and they have a really nice new color for 2022. It's called it's like a black and red with gold letters and a gold stripe.
Mm-hmm.
Probably gonna go test drive one next week once they get it in.
Nice.
So,
are you asking my opinion on it?
No, I know what your opinion is. But I was thinking about, well, I guess I was thinking about that or a Svartpillen 401.
Oh.
I feel like the Svart would be more fun to ride, but I love how the Royal Enfield looks and sounds. It really gets my heart.
I think if you're called to the Royal Enfield and you think it's a cool choice and you're gonna love it, just get the one you get the one you fell in love with, man. You know, if that's the bike you're like, I love the way this looks and I love the way it sounds, you're always gonna have that look back effect when you get off of it. So that's what I would say.
Right, for sure. Yeah, not that the Svartpillen's ugly. That's a nice looking bike too.
Yeah.
In a completely different way.
Yes, totally different way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Royal Enfield's just classic though. I want to put some Shinkos on and do like a scrambler with it too.
That would be awesome. Yeah, but yeah, you know my vote's for the Svartpillen 401. But get the bike you love, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, well, thanks, guys.
All right, Wyatt. Best of luck. Appreciate it.
Alrighty, next up we've got Jenna Star.
Hey there, Jenna Star. Welcome to the Yamcast. How's it going?
Hey there. It's Jen Nain, or Jen. I don't even know how to pronounce it.
She doesn't even know how to pronounce her own name.
But yeah, I have a 2017 FZ07.
Nice.
I love it. I honestly have no complaints about its performance or anything. It's just the fit and finish. It's my second bike. I had a Z125 before that, so not looking to upgrade anytime soon, but that ultimate dream bike, I've got 3 of them. Kind of wanted to get your guys' impression. The Yamaha simp in me just wants to upgrade to an XSR 700. Same bike, just better fit and finish. I do love the FTR, the new ones, that kind of fixed some of that character that I know you guys like. And then I also really like the Street Triple. So kind of wanted to get your opinions on those 3 coming from the FZ07.
All right, so I think since you're already on the FZ07, I know the XSR 700 would kind of fix the fit and finish issues. And I loved our XSR 700 when we had it. That was like a totally fun bike that you could just bop around with and enjoy for the foreseeable future. But there's always that thing in me that it's like, well, if you're getting another bike, it's got to be an upgrade or something different or something, unique. Man, it depends on what kind of riding you're doing, but I love the FTR. It's a real handful, fun, raucous motorcycle, and it's fast as hell. So I like it a lot. Spite?
I mean, after the day I had yesterday on the FTR, it's the FTR for me, honestly.
Yeah. If you're looking to do like lots of canyon carving and even track day type of stuff, it's the Street Triple all day, any day. Yep. But if you are a primarily street-based rider, man, the FTR is just a blast of a bike.
Yeah.
It's expensive, though. That's the thing.
True. Yeah, especially the new ones, because I know with the older ones, you can get a little bit of a deal on them, but the brand new ones, I don't think you're going to see any used ones anytime soon, and I'm sure the dealers aren't going to work with you on price on those, but it's, I'm 5'4", so a little bit height challenged, and that's been what's prevented me from really even considering test riding an FTR, the older ones.
Yeah, we are honestly usually pretty surprised when we swing a leg because it's got like a 32-inch seat height, so it is kind of tall. But I think the newer ones are a little bit lower, right, Spite?
Yeah, so they dropped by going from 1918 to 1717. They dropped like an inch and a half off the seat.
Too.
Yeah.
So it's a lot lower.
Yeah. Well, I think the older ones I thought were taller because I feel like I might be wrong. I thought the FZ07 that I have is 32 inches, and I'm still tiptoeing that one. I thought the FTR was taller than that.
Maybe the FTR is 34. Maybe I got that number wrong. I don't know. It is quite a tall seat. I notice it every time I swing a leg. But yeah, our vote's for the FTR.
Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Now you have to buy one.
Okay, I will.
All right, bye.
Yeah, I'm said. Bye.
Alrighty, next up we've got Seawolf.
Hey there, Seawolf. You are on the Yamcast. How's it going?
Very good. Thank you guys for taking my call. Appreciate it.
Of course.
I got a question kind of geared towards Spite because I know he's the cruiser simp on the table. My dad has been buying new Harleys every year. Well, not every year, like every 1 to 3 years for about 30 years. And finally gotten sick of buying the same bike over and over again. And I was thinking, maybe for him, how, as a substitute, would the Panamera do for a cruiser?
Ooh, okay, so the Pan America is very, very different from any M8 Harley that he's ever ridden before. It's so modern and so different. The
thing that's really, I was going to say, gotten him going over the last few years is he has friends that have BMW cruisers and things like that. And I think he's realized the shortcomings. It has become frustrated over his last few bikes.
Oh, I mean, the Pan America as a like a street cruiser fun bike, you can't beat it from Harley. It is the best one they're selling now, including the Sportster S. It's so much more comfortable. The ergonomics are great. The tech package is great. You can get bags on it if that's what he wants. The ride height devices.
Anybody that stuck a passenger on it? Because my mom rides 50% of the time, and then back seats 50% of the time.
Yeah. So the guys that I was riding with in Sturgis from Harley, they put folks on the back all the time, and the suspension automatically does the preload for them. So
it's reasonably comfortable for the passenger with the backrest and stuff, like as a bag, or how's that?
Yeah, you can get the top case, and it's got a built-in back pad and all that stuff. So if he wants to keep it in the catalog, Harley does make really good saddlebags. So
okay.
And from what I've heard too, the Pan America absolutely boogies at the top end, right?
Yeah.
So if he's into performance at all, I think he'd like that too.
Oh, he scrapes the damn floorboards and rides that thing in a way that he shouldn't on the mountain passes out where I'm at. So
nice.
Yeah, then he would haul ass on the Pan Am. It's fast.
Cool. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks, Seawolf.
Yep. Bye.
Let's take the next one from Loop TJ because he's been trying to call in quite a few times.
Yep.
Hey there, Loop TJ. You were on the Yamcast. How's it going?
Good, thanks. How you guys doing?
Good. Sorry, I tried to call in a few times, so we figured we'd take your call. We're talking bike purchase decisions. What have you got for us?
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I just finished my first track day, so now I've got this itch.
Yes. A convert. I love it.
Yes. Yeah. So I took my XSR 900 and never made it out of like third.
Mm-hmm.
And was now kind of bitten with would a Tuono 660 or a Street Triple be more fun on track?
Both of those bikes would probably be more fun. The XSR 900 is not the best suited track day motorcycle.
What? Really? It's great in a straight line. Just don't try to lean it over.
I'm trying to be kind to the bike. There are better platforms for what you're trying to do. I actually rode a Tuono 660 at Coda a couple months ago. Aprilia invited me out. Just a small flex, no big deal.
Yeah, I saw that video.
But
really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool, man. I was really surprised by the bike. It was so much fun to ride. And the best part about it that I think would be good for a beginner track day rider is how comfortable it is. And you can literally spin like 30 laps on that thing and not even break a sweat. It's so comfortable to ride. Nice. It's so easy to ride. A lot of super sports have you in a very super aggressive position that ends up you go for like 15 minutes on track and you got to pit in because you're tired. Do the Tuono, you can just learn and just it's usable power. I can't speak of it highly enough.
And then to the Street Triple's credit, it's basically the same power that I've got now, but better handling. So I'm still not going to be third.
Much better, yeah. And it has the god tier Daytona frame. So you know me, I can't speak highly enough about that either. But it's a totally different ball game. I think if you're trying to learn and get committed to track days, Tuono 660 would be cool. Spike?
Okay, cool.
Any input?
I think the Tuono 660 was really comfortable when I sat on it at a dealership. But other than that, I don't really have a
great feedback
dog in that hunt. The only bike that I've had two bikes out on track. One was a Gixxer and one was my SMCR.
The Gixxer was your last bike on track, but that's a story for another time. Yeah, I would say the 206 660.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks, guys.
Hey, you're welcome, man.
Appreciate
Thanks for
taking my
calling.
call. Yeah. We'll see ya.
You got another one.
I got another one. He'll be on the Track Days channel in no time.
Next up is Stash Daddy.
Hey there, Stash Daddy. You are on the Yamcast. How's it going?
I'm here, guys. Can you hear me?
Hey, I can hear you.
All right. What's going on, gentlemen? Similar to the last guy, one of the bikes that I'm looking at for my second bike, 210 660, but the other two, the R7 and the Kawasaki 636. I'm not necessarily new to riding. Those are three that I'm kind of in love with, so wanted your guys' take on if you were going to pick one of those three, what would it be?
I don't blame you. Those are three very good motorcycles. My vote, without knowing what you're intending to do with the bike, would be the 636 because I love that bike a lot. I think it's a great package. It's a lot of fun to ride, even on the street as a super sport, because Kawasaki made it a little bit more street oriented, and it still absolutely rails around a racetrack. Spine, what would you pick?
You're definitely kin to my heart because that was the one that I was really leaning towards.
The 636 is a badass bike, dude. You should just get it.
And I mean, I have a bike that I commute with, so that's not a problem. This would just be more for fun on the weekends and twisties and.
You have your answer.
Thanks, Papa Yam. I'll let you guys go.
All right, there you go. Bye-bye.
Later, guys.
He didn't even want to hear your opinion.
Nope,
he was like, Yam validated
bias.
me. Bye.
All right, next up we got Alejandro, who's not there. Breadneck.
Hey there, Breadneck. You are on the Yamcast. How's it going?
How's it going, fellas?
Good. We're talking bike purchase decisions today. What have you got for us?
Yeah, I've made a couple bad ones of those.
We all have. I bought a Gixxer 250, so.
Yeah, I mean, my first bike was a Suzuki DR 650.
That's not the worst thing ever.
Little tractor.
Yeah.
No, so right now I've got a Honda CB500X.
Okay.
Cool bike. I like it. You know, about 50 horsepower. It's great. I'm looking right now, second bike, probably the MT-07 or maybe picking up like an old Sportster, realistically.
Okay.
Both very different.
Yeah, I kind of want to ride every kind of bike is the thing.
Yeah. Are you keeping the DR650 and this would be an addition to the stable? Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh no, the frame rusted out on it because it was.
Oh wow.
I live in Michigan. There's
that makes sense.
Everywhere.
Yeah. All right, so the DR650 is a paperweight now, and so now you're getting another bike, and it's MT-07 or Sportster 1200. Is that right?
Yeah, probably that, or if I win the lotto, I'll get the like Pan America.
I mean, my vote's the MT-07.
All right.
It's a flexible, fun motorcycle. You can do a lot with it. It's super playful and fun to ride. I like it a lot. Spine.
Okay.
Man, if you want to build on your bike, you actually want to go and, get something that you can really make your own, then the Sportster makes sense. You can mod it really cheap, and if you want to make some crazy power, you can. It'll cost a lot of money to do it, but some people love hot rodding the Sportsters. And you're not going to be able to buy them from Harley.
You'll never have a real bike, though.
No, you won't.
That's the problem.
You'll never be able to reach real bike territory with it. Even though a built Sportster will whoop up on any, like, not even fully built, like the one that we had.
Yeah, just a 100 horsepower hammer kit. It would just decimate most Harleys.
Yeah. But in reality, my brain says MT-07 is the right call because it's just it's out of the box, ready to go, ready to have a ton of fun.
It also wheelies in third gear.
I've been Ooh, I like that a lot. I can't wheelie the CB out of first gear. And
the MT-07 is possibly the most perfect machine to learn how to do wheelies on. It's so easy. It's so much fun.
All right, I will check that out for sure.
There you go, Breadneck. Enjoy.
Thank you, fellas.
Heavy Harris.
Hey there, Heavy Harris. You are on the Yamcast. How's it going?
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Not much. We're talking bike purchase decisions today. What have you got for us?
All right, so I just passed the MSF last summer during all the lockdown shenanigans and stuff, and
cool.
Now finally be in a position to get a bike. this coming spring. And for me, it's more of a question of displacement. I'm a bit of a large boy like Spite. I'm 6'6", 280 pounds, a little above my fighting weight. But I have this thing where I'm really, everyone in my life is telling me, oh, dude, you got to get like a 650. You got to, you got to go mid-range or higher displacement for your first bike. But like something about the small displacement bikes really like calls to me. So I just don't know, like, and specifically, I can't remember who called in before. They were talking about that Royal Enfield, the Interceptor 650. I was looking at that, but then that Meteor 350 came out, and I know, like, on paper, like, the specs are not crazy, but but it just, I think it looks so cool, man. I think it looks so cool. Well, what do you think about the whole displacement thing? Like, am I really too big for small displacement bikes, or is that just...
I think the thing about it is I think ergonomically you may not literally work on some of the smaller bikes. Spite has an issue with a lot of these smaller bikes that come through the shop, and he's even smaller than you. You said you're 6'6", right?
Yeah.
So Spite is 6'4" in his boots, and he has a problem with some of these bikes. So you with an extra 2 inches would be actually quite difficult.
Yep.
Honestly, my opinion, I'm going to disregard what you said about the Meteor 350, but my genuine opinion, if you want small displacement and something that's going to fit you, go with the dual sport.
Yes.
Go with like a KLX 300 or WR 250 or a DRZ. I think a DRZ 400 would be just about perfect for you because it's got the lower displacement. It's super fun to ride. It's a lot bigger than a normal motorcycle, so it's going to fit you a lot better. And you're going to have a ton of fun with it. That would be my choice. Spite, what do you think? As a bigger rider yourself.
I think the DRZ is great, man.
You have one, so.
Yeah, I have one. It's a absolute cantankerous mule. And sometimes it's a little bit hard to wake up, but mine has been through mine's like a rescue dog that's like 12 years old and kind of like blind in one eye and the tongue hangs out the side. That's my DRZ. If you buy one from like someone who wasn't a meth head, you're going to get a bike that's actually in good shape. They're comfortable. They make enough power to learn on, and you can throw 17s on it and have some fun.
Yep.
Yeah, the only problem with that is I live in the New York metro area, and I feel like I would get murderized with just 5 gears. Although the Meteor also has 5 gears, but that's another thing that's scared me away from those type of bikes.
What's your speed limit out there?
Oh God, I mean, so the speed limit's like 55 or 65, but realistically, I live in New Jersey. People do not adhere to the speed limits at all. In New York, they kind of have to because there's so much traffic.
I honestly think, I don't know what the road conditions are like out there, but I would want a dual sport in a metro area because any pothole, any bump, any undulation, you can split easily, you can jump on curbs. I think dual sports are kind of a great urban assault vehicle, honestly. Yep. That's how I use my WR.
That's how I use my DRZ and my Sumo.
I love running errands on that thing. I get to where I'm going in a pinch.
What do you think about the Tenere then? Because I've been recommended the Tenere by several people.
Not a bad choice. Honestly, pretty good as well. Honestly, the Tenere would be pretty sick because it has a lot of those same features and you would fit on it pretty well. The trouble is finding them, and they're kind of expensive. I recommended the DRZ because it's just your first bike. You're going to drop it. You're going to learn with it. Get something that's a little cheaper and have fun with. But if you have the means, the Tenere is great too as a first bike.
Cool. Well, I appreciate it. I'll definitely look into that stuff. I'll let you guys know as soon as it happens. Probably, like I said, in the spring. But thank you.
Yeah, best of luck, man. I appreciate it. Alrighty, folks. That's going to wrap up our call-in section for the podcast. We are now going to move over to the meme contest, which we are very much looking forward to as we roast Ducatistas. Alrighty, folks. Welcome to the meme contest of the week. This is my favorite part of the week, of course. This week, we are roasting Ducatistas. It's an easy target, but a fun one nonetheless. Rife with fodder to make fun of Ducatistas. It is very simple and easy to make fun of people who overspend on their motorcycles and are pretentious about them, right? Myself included, as a guy who owns a Ducati, which I think every time I go to the Ducati Austin dealership, I'm like the last Ducati guy someone would think of, I don't really see myself as a Ducati guy.
And yet, every time we walk by the 1098, both of us just fucking simp for it so hard.
Such a good motorcycle. Such a good bike. Let's get into these memes, shall we?
Alrighty. Starting us off, we got a video from Millennial Malaise.
Such beauty. Much fantastico. That's a sick shot of them backing it in.
Yeah.
Ducatis are just too expensive.
I don't know, man. Have you checked out
the area
video where the
Shut up, bitch! No. I'm not
Oh man.
What is happening in that clip?
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. God, that's good. Oh man, that was excellent.
Oh, what chaotic energy.
My favorite, I love that reaction sound clip of the guy just going, no. Have you ever seen that original video?
Yes.
See, he's like, his head looked like a stack of pancakes. Oh, it's so good. All right, we got to rate this. That was a powerful meme.
That was a great start.
That was very good.
Alrighty, so creativity.
Man, I think that was like a 9 or 9.5. That was good. I think a 9. Let's give it a 9. Yeah.
And funniness.
I think like 9.5. Like,
yeah.
That had me in stitches. That was pretty good.
That is almost a perfect score to start with.
18.5. That is a powerful meme, Millennial Malaise. That is powerful.
Next up, we've got Guitar 00777. In a minute here.
So, let's get this thing started up. Turns out that a full system for this bike is $5,000. Wow! Oh my god! No, we're not doing that. Oh, it's so good. Let's go hear how it sounds. Yes. Yes. I would die for that exhaust sound. God, the R1.
Oh,
God.
so good.
God, it's so good. Oh, man. That was so funny.
It was so good.
And then speeding it up so it sounds like, oh, man, that was so good, dude. That was so funny. Oh, man. Oh, son of a
God. All right.
Can we please watch the Ducati one again? The engine. Oh my god, that was so funny. So, let's get this thing started up. Because it kind of sounds like it. Turns out that a full system for this bike is $5,000. Oh man. Oh man. God damn it.
That's really good.
That's extremely good.
Okay, creativity for this.
I think it's a 9.
I think so too.
That's good.
But I think that was
it's a 10.
That's a 10.
It's a 10. It's a 10. God
that
damn it, that's
solid
so
19.
funny.
Wow.
So sometimes just the simple gets you, you know?
Yeah.
God damn it. Thank you.
That was so good.
God damn, that was so funny. All right, what's next?
Next up, we've got the lava melon with...
Oh, I love this meme format.
This one.
I made a meme like that for Instagram where I had on the left where the guy's arguing, it's like average R3 versus Ninja 400 debater, and then on the right it was GSX 250 enjoyer. The guy's just... I love that format. It's so good.
Okay, so for the lava melon, creativity here.
So this is a really, really well-known meme format, so I'm going to give it like a 5.5.
Yeah.
Because it's not super creative, but it's executed really well, but yeah.
And funniness.
Pretty funny. I think a 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah.
I think that's where it gets saved.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Raishai02 with our next meme.
You guys are killing it this week. I love it. I can't read this. This is going too fast. Hold on. Wait. I can't. This is too fast. I gotta read those. Hold on. All right, go ahead and pause that. Personally, I buy the bike I wanted. Think about how you feel waking up to the 696 compared to the FZ07. Which one makes you tingle? Oh my God. Are you buying new from the main dealer? Maybe do a deal. Cost of the brand is misleading. $11.99. 696 is seen as very reliable. Something that bugs me these days. I wouldn't buy me an early adopter. Just some guy in a forum talking about a Ducati, I guess.
Yep, this is a Reddit post right here.
Yeah, and then what's the reaction gotta say to this?
Which one makes you tingle? Basically, just highlights.
Personally, I'd buy the bike I really wanted. Okay. As much as I love Japanese being simple and reliable, I can't ignore the character Ducatis have. They all look good and they all age very well. Ducatis are incredibly hard to work on and expensive too. I can't ignore the character Ducatis have. They all look good and they age very well. Can't ignore that emozione, that's for sure.
All right, next up we've got...
That's too small, I can't read that. It's also giant, but we'll just assume it's a bunch of simping for Ducatis. Part of the passion of having something is maybe a little idiosyncratic, makes you feel special. Yeah. Retain the charisma of the bikes that were hand assembled by a technician. Come on, man.
That's getting gift, man.
Yeah. That's too much. I'm not gonna read that. On a Ducati, the exclusivity is evident.
Oh God.
Appeal more to your heart rather than your brain, created with much more of a passion than Japanese bikes. God, they're out there, dude. The Ducatistas. Best of all is the 848. Tolkien would have had a field day writing its lore.
Oh God. God.
God damn,
that's
dude.
Brutal.
That is so pretentious.
Wow.
God. As a fan of Tolkien, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, ouch.
Well, I deserve it. Yeah. That was interesting. Yeah, it was a little hard to read, but I got the gist of it. Yeah.
Yep.
That was good.
All right, for Raishai02.
Creativity. I want to give it a 7, I think.
A 7.
I would only dock it because it did take some pausing and reading. It went a little too quick, and maybe I just don't have quick enough comprehension skills. I got to go back and do my AR tests or something. Yep. But
I think a solid 7.
Yeah.
Funniness though.
I think a 7.5.
7.5.
Got a good chuckle out of me, and it was fun. Just God, some of those writings were painful on those Ducatista forums. My
Tolkien
God,
would have enjoyed writing the lore.
Oh God,
what the hell is he on about? All right. So next up we have Bad Hassler.
I bet this is gonna be some heat. Okay. Did you hear about Poltaras doing Romaniacs on a 10x700? Come on, do it. Dopo. The molecules of dreams. Oh, man. Ooh. That's a Busa with a twin pipe.
Yup.
That's sick. one guy with a tambourine. Ah, damn it. Simple but effective.
The dry clutch, though, you got to admit.
It's unique. The emozione. I like that he put Dopo in the top, the Italian for after.
Yup.
That was really good. God damn it.
So, creativity for Ben Asler here.
I'm going to give it an 8. That was solidly creative.
Yup.
Yeah.
And funniness.
It was very funny. I think an 8 or an 8.5. Yeah.
I think an 8.
Yeah. That was funny.
That's 16. Bringing the heat with our first 5 here. Next up, we've got Screech Owl, who's been submitting a lot lately.
Corporate needs you to find the difference between this picture and this picture. That's a $17,000 espresso maker, I think. It says they're the same picture. I like that.
Simple but effective.
Yeah. Yeah, got a $17,000 espresso maker. What the hell is that thing? A Victoria Arduino Venus Bar semi-automatic espresso maker. It's on discount though, $2,000 off. 17 grand.
If it doesn't just like make golden espressos all the time, that what you
for 17 grand, that coffee maker better tickle my grundle.
Yeah. That's I don't think I've ever seen anything that ridiculous.
No.
Aside from maybe the price tag on the
V4R.
V4R, yeah.
Yeah.
Screech Owl, creativity.
I think pretty creative. 6.5 maybe?
6.5.
Yeah.
And funniness.
Pretty funny. I got a good chuckle. 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah.
14. Next up, we got Draxon. Spoke to earlier.
It says, there's something wrong with your bike. It's a dry clutch, and he's got a mustache. That truly happens quite often. The one that I get more than the dry clutch is older bikes that do the single headlight that's on and the other one that's off for the high beam. I've had people like pull over and be like, your high beams or your lights are off. Oh my god, like your headlight's broken. I'm like, it's not. It's just a motorcycle.
Yep.
Also, why are you so aggro about my headlight being out? Like, relax. It's happened several times. It used to happen a lot on my Daytona because it had that same situation. But I've yet to hear someone pull over and tell me my bike's broken because of the dry clutch. It's going to happen on the 1098.
I did have somebody ask me what that noise was when I was at the gas station at the top of Lime Creek when I did my first ride.
Because it sounds like an engine ticking or something bad,
Yeah.
But then you're like, no, it's good.
Yeah, it's meant to sound like that. The emozione.
Yeah. It's a feature.
Okay, so for Draxon here, creativity.
I think a 6.
6.
Yeah.
Funniness.
I think a 6 as well.
A 6.
Yeah. Pretty funny.
Desmodicius is next.
Whoa. I like the username. Nobody. And then Ducatistas on top of a flaming Panigale. This is fine. It is comical how much like every Ducati Superbike is hot. I think even the new ones are still hot.
Honestly, though, like riding around on the CBR today, it was hotter than the 1098. So
yeah,
there was a point at which
it's so hopped up, though, right? Like it makes sense.
I wished I was on the 1098.
I understand. I did too.
So for Desmodicius here,
although I do wish that we could resuscitate Tolkien so he could write lore about the 1098 and 848 platforms. Despite.
Oh god, that's
painful.
That is painfully bad.
That is some perfect copy pasta, though. That's excellent. Someone on Discord should just pull from Ducatista forums and it's just ripe for copy pasta. It has to be,
Yeah.
Raishai could probably link us back and get some excellent copy pasta.
We could probably go through the that we've said about
Jesus,
Ducatis.
Yeah, oh my god. Yeah.
All right, so
I swear to God, guys, you get Spite and us alone in a room, me and Spite with a 1098, and it's just like, oh, it's so perfect. Oh, look at it. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Never ends.
It's bad.
It's so bad.
For Desmodicius here, creativity.
I think it's 6.5.
A 6.5.
Yeah.
And funniness.
Pretty funny. I think a 7.
A 7.
Yeah.
Next up is Bo.
Another corporate, it says, corporate needs to find the difference between this picture and this picture. It's a V-twin and then an L-twin from Ducati. And it says, they're the same picture, crossed out and says, they're actually quite different. I will admit that the Ducati is a 90 degree and the other V-twins are a 65. It's not, the angle is different. But guys, do this, and what is that shape? What's that shape right there? Oh, you go for this? This. The worst thing we've ever heard so far is the double L twin.
Oh my God.
That is the dumbest I've ever heard in my life.
And that comes straight from Ducati.
Yeah, double L twin. I will never get over that, ever.
Oh man. That is some just painful Ducati stuff.
It is. Yeah, it is.
So, creativity here for Bo.
I think a 6.
A 6.
It's a very known format. Very known. You didn't give him a score there.
Did it not score?
Thank you.
And funniness.
I think a 6 as well.
A 6.
Yeah.
And then QR rounds us out today.
So we got a 1098 leaning over. It says, literally drags ass, literally takes L. And then it's Yao Ming laughing.
Huh?
What?
I'm...
Huh?
I am deeply confused.
Literally drags ass, literally takes L.
Are they saying it's the 1098? Are they saying it's a
1098.
loser? Because it actually won.
It did win. I don't know. We were thinking about it too much. It didn't work.
Nope. Just the sound of a pigeon hitting a window.
Ouch.
QR for creativity here.
The 3? I don't know. I didn't even understand it at all.
Me neither.
I don't get it.
Funniness.
1.
Yeah.
No one got it.
That's a 4.
That's a 4 for QR there. Real bummer.
Pulling
so
the
now,
Tito.
Yeah, it's You see, he got sacked for next year?
Really?
Yeah, they sacked him. Yeah, Tito doesn't have a ride.
Poor Tito.
Yeah. All right, so it looks like Guitar 00777 is our winner.
First place.
Because it was just so goddamn funny.
That was beautiful.
It made me laugh so much. Millennial Malace has second place there with an 18.5.
Assuming he is off cooldown, I have no idea where the cooldowns are right now. So
yeah.
The only one I know is that Lava Melon.
And then Bad Assler is probably on cooldown, but doing it for the love of the game. Third place there.
I believe he's actually ready to win.
With his tambourine. I'm sure he is ready to win. And just in case one of them are down, Raishai is fourth place there.
Yep.
With his Ducati lore, which I thought was great.
That was beautiful.
That was excellent. Thank you so much for the top shelf memes this week, guys. We really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the Yamcast. We'll catch you in the next one. Remember, if you want to hang out with us live, participate with the Yamcast on a higher level, go to yammynoob.co, sign up. You won't regret it. And we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. All right, look, you don't have to lie to me. If you had time for one Yammy Noob video all the way to the end, you probably have time for another one. You should probably just click this link and watch the video right over here. I promise it's going to be good. You won't regret it. Seriously, you should just click it. I'm sure it's good. We only make good stuff around here. You should just watch it. Why are you still here?